Hello, it is me, Mortarion, Demon Primarch of the Death Guard, and I've come to you today with another installment of Monday Morning Motivational Mumblings with me, Mortarion. Now, I'm sure you're wondering where I've been. Well, let me tell you, players, it's not easy being greasy. When you're a demon Primarch in the warp, then it's very difficult to stay productive and focused on my hobby. And as you can see, Warboss Tay has been painting a wide variety of miniatures to sell on his eBay store. Well, let me hand it over to him, and he can tell you all about it.
All right, thank you, Mortarion. That's right, players, we're bringing it back. Monday Morning Motivational Mumblings with me, Mortarion. It's coming back in a big way because I want to actually track my process and my progress of painting up the miniatures that I'm going to be selling on eBay. All of these miniatures you see are going to be posted up on eBay throughout the week. And on Monday is basically my week in review, where I'm going to be showing off everything I worked on the previous week. It's been quite the journey, and I want to share with you the incredible progress that I've made as a painter. And my productivity level has actually gone through the roof since I've started using the Warboss Tape Painting Challenge journal. I've left a link for it below in the comment. It is going to help me out so much. If you check it out, purchase one for yourself, keep it on the hobby table. I've designed it so that it'll be on these spiral rings. That way, any page you have it on, you can really just look at that on the table and have everything you've got written down there, kind of being your guide as you work through that hobby session. So I am about to welcome two beautiful twin girls into the world. My lady boss is, rather. I'm not going to be doing much work. She's going to be doing all the work. I'm going to be a very busy man in the next couple of months. And with my toddler already in unlimited font of energy that I wish I could tap into, with the two girls coming, and with all of the expenses, I know I'm going to not have much time at the painting table. So I need to focus and I need to work when I'm at the painting table. I'm not at the point of my life anymore where I can sit down, take a deep breath, sip some coffee, look up at the ceiling and daydream, pick my belly button lint, think about the world and artistry and all of that and color theory. Now I got to sit down and I got to hammer out my paint jobs. Boom, 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 boom. One paint, the second paint, the third paint. Everything I do from now on has to be done in as efficient manner as possible. So I've used the Warboss Tape Painting Challenge journal to get all of these miniatures painted up. And the way I've done it, I'm going to share with you that process right now. Each page, as I mentioned before, being on a spiral, this notebook, you don't have to worry about it flipping closed or using a bookmark to keep your place. You just flip open to whatever your page you're working on. And for that session, write down your painting goal. Even if it's something as small as the base coats, right? Or if it's something as big as finish one model from scratch, or assemble and paint an entire model, or work on a squad, whatever your painting goal is for that session, even if you don't end up meeting it, when you go into that session, have that painting goal in your mind, fresh in your mind, so that you could write it down at the top there. My painting goal is painting a Free Guild Marshal, Free Cities Marshal, and Relic Envoy, let's say, for example. And then I wrote down that's my painting objective. Okay, I'm not going to worry about any of the models I've also got on my table. Go away, Cadians. Leave me alone, Morbeg Knights. Everything else that I've got on my painting table gets put into a drawer, aside, out of sight, out of mind. So all I have to focus on are the miniatures that I've made my objective for that night. I tell you, having those miniatures out of the way and not tempting you makes it so much easier to focus on your work. So clean your hobby space, put those miniatures to the side, and only have what you're going to be working on that night right in front of your face, taking up all of your creative attention. Then chart out your progress. If you're going to be working on just the base coats, then list what base coats are in what order, so that you're not stopping to think about what your next paint is going to be. If you need to look at tutorials or tutorials, video guides, whatever, what have you, just write down the list of paints you're going to be using, and if you need to, what you're going to be using them for. So Rhinox Hide for boots, Mornfang Brown for straps, XV88 for cloth, whatever you need to do to get in your mind and put it in front of you visually in like a checklist bullet point manner what you're going to be working on. Then all you have to do is do the plan. And it's so simple. I got so much work done this week because I went into each hobby session saying, okay, I'm not going to fool around. I'm not going to dilly-dally on YouTube. I'm not going to waste any time. I want to be as efficient, as streamlined, and productive as possible. I put down what I was going to work on. And on that page, I put down every single step of the process that I wanted to knock out. And hey, like 9 times out of 10, I wasn't able to get through what I wrote down, but I knocked out a big chunk of everything I was working on. And then that left so much less for me to do the next night. Now, I could have made it even simpler by only saying, okay, tonight I'm only going to focus on the base coats. Because usually what I would do is I would write, Free Cities, Marshall, and Relic Envoy, and then write down base coats, shades and highlights, and basing and technical stuff. Like I would have it all on the same page. And I think what I could have done is split them up into separate pages. Base coats, then shades and highlights, then finishing technical details. That would have made it easier for me to get through every single session, but you don't have to do that. Whatever is easiest for you to make it work, that's what you got to do. And I tell you, having the process written out, visually looking you in the face on your table, open to the page so you could see and you can just reach over and check each box as you finish it. It is like a lifesaver. And I think you're going to enjoy doing it. So check out the link to the journal and purchase one for yourself today. It will really, really help out my studio, and I think it's going to help you out in your painting process as well.
That's right, Warbuster. And look, guys, I know it's hard to sit down and paint when you've got lots of other things on your plate. But listen, the easiest thing to remember when you're trying to get through a painting session is that you can't stand up once in a while, brother. You don't have to stay seated until you fall over unconscious, nodding off and painting your miniature in a swath of color that you didn't intend to be painted on. Get up, walk around, have a cup of water, and then decide if you want to get back into the painting.
Thanks, Mortarion. That's a great motivational mumbling. If you feel like yourself, if you feel yourself nodding off, right, and you feel like you're starting to doze and you're doing that thing where your head starts to bob up and down, then get up, stand up, and open up your lungs. Take a couple of deep breaths, because your lungs have gotten so used to in the past hour taking small, shallow breaths that the amount of oxygen you're getting is not enough to keep you alert. Take a sip of water. Have a cup of water nearby, away from your paint water, please. I don't want you drinking your paint water or dipping your paintbrush into your drinking water. And energize your cells. Get some fresh air into your lungs. I found this great video from this person who, I guess, teaches yoga on YouTube. He says just like slap your legs and your torso, do some washing machine motions, slap your chest, slap your shoulders, slap your face. And that motion of just slapping yourself with your hands over and over, it doesn't have to be hard, make it light, but just get some feeling in all of those areas of your body, because chances are you're probably comfortable sitting in your chair. I would want you to be. I don't want you to be uncomfortable. And so if you're comfortable and you're working and you're focused, your brain is engaged, but your body is starting to slowly get too relaxed and too settled. We don't want that. So as Mortarion said, if you feel yourself starting to lag, stand up, stretch, grab a drink of water, decide if it's worth it to continue, or if you just painted an entire Cadian shock trooper in Mornfang Brown like I did the other night. I don't even know what I was thinking, but I was working Mornfang Brown onto the straps and the boot covers, and I was like, you know what? Everything is Mornfang Brown now. The world is beautiful, and everything is now Mornfang Brown. And I looked the next day and I was like, what was that? I should have probably gone to sleep. But in the moment I was looking at the model and I said, yes, this is good. I'm going to go to sleep now. So don't let yourself get to that point. Get some air, some oxygen to your cells, stand up and stretch, and you're going to feel yourself getting alive and energized and revived. And even if it's at that point where your body tells you, I'm done, boss. I'm tired, boss. Let's go to sleep. Then that's how you know. It's better to do that than to fall over and to just collapse, because we don't want you getting to the point where you're completely burnt out and strung out. At that point, you might even leave your painting table feeling discouraged, frustrated, and resentful of the time that you spent there. So don't do that. Get some rest, stay hydrated, stay motivated, and check out the painting journal in the link below, and the eBay store if you're interested. Thanks again for watching this video. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on painting. This is the year, guys, 2024. We are going to carve through our piles of potential, and we're going to win the Grey Crusade. Latest, players!
Bye-bye!